All right, let's talk about something that trips up so many people, present simple versus present continuous. I promise, by the end of this, you'll know exactly which one to use and when. Let's get right into it. So take a look at this sentence on your screen. She work now. Something just feels a little off, doesn't it? This is a super common mistake, but hey, don't worry. We're about to figure out exactly why it's wrong and how you can get it right every single time. So first things first, what even is a tense? Well, really, it's just how we show the time of an action. And today, our two main players, both fighting for the present moment, are the present simple and the present continuous. They operate in the same time frame, but they have totally different jobs. First up, let's talk about the present simple. I want you to think of this as your go-to tense for things that are stable, regular, and generally true. It's the tense you use for routines and cold hard facts.
So when do you pull this tool out of your grammar toolbox? Well, for daily habits, like brushing your teeth. For repeated actions, maybe like playing football every Saturday. And of course, for things that are just true. Facts, like the sky is blue. And even for fixed schedules, like a train timetable.
And you want to know the best part? It is so easy to form. It's just the subject plus the basic verb. Now, the only little trick you got to remember is adding that S for he, she, or it. So you'd say, I wake up, but she works. See? Simple.
Okay, time to meet our second player, the present continuous. Now, if the present simple is for things that are generally true, the present continuous is all about what is happening right this second. It's the tense for action that's happening now.
So its main job, talking about actions happening at this very moment. But it's also used for actions that are temporary, things that won't go on forever. And finally, for situations that are in the middle of changing. If you see words like now or at the moment, those are huge clues you need the continuous tense.
Now, I love this slide because it breaks it down into a simple three-step recipe. You can't mess it up. You start with your subject, you add the right form of the verb to be, that's your am, is, or are, and then you just slap an ing onto the end of your main verb.
And look, here is that recipe in action. I am studying. They are working. It is raining. You see that pattern? All of these things are happening in this moment, right now.
Okay, this is the moment you've been waiting for. It is time for the tense showdown. Let's put these two right next to each other so the differences become crystal clear.
This chart right here, this is your ultimate cheat sheet. Seriously. On the left, present simple is for permanent things, habits and facts. On the right, present continuous is for temporary stuff, actions that are happening now or are in progress. Getting this difference down is everything.
Let's make this super concrete with an example. If I say I live in Colombo, it sounds permanent. That's my home. But if I say I am living in Colombo these days, you immediately know it's just for a short time. Same city, different tense, and a completely different meaning. That's how powerful this is.
Now, I'm going to let you in on a secret rule that will make you sound like a crow. We need to talk about stative verbs. These are a special group of verbs that kind of break the rules we just learned. So here are the most common culprits. Verbs like know, love, understand. These guys describe states or feelings, not actual actions. Think about it. You can't really watch someone knowing something, right? It's a state, not an action, and that's why they usually stick with the present simple. And here's where it all clicks. Saying, I am knowing him just sounds, well, wrong. The correct way, the natural way, is always, I know him. It's a state of knowing, not something you're actively doing. Remembering this little exception is a real game changer.
Okay, so you've pretty much mastered how to use these tenses. But what about when we want to make negative sentences or ask questions? Let's quickly run through that, and then we'll put your new skills to the test.
It's actually pretty straightforward. For the present simple, you bring in some helpers, do or does, to make negatives and questions. For the present continuous, it's even easier. You just pop the word not in, or you flip the be verb to the front to ask a question. You can see the side-by-side comparison right here. All right, enough with the theory. It's time to actually practice what we've learned. I'm going to give you 3 sentences, and all you have to do is pick the correct form of the verb. You ready for this? Okay, first one. She usually blank up early. What do you think? The big clue here is that word usually. What does that tell you?
Number 2, they blank football now. The key word is now. So ask yourself, is this a habit or is it happening in this exact moment? And for our final question, I in candy these days. Think back to that whole permanent versus temporary idea we talked about.
And the answers are in. Number 1 is wakes because usually signals a habit. Number 2 is are playing because now means it's happening at this moment. And number 3 is am living because these days tells us it's just a temporary situation. So how'd you do?
Listen, if you only remember one thing from all of this, let it be this one simple question. Anytime you're stuck, just ask yourself, is this a habit or a fact? Or is it something happening right now? I'm telling you, that one question will lead you to the right answer almost every single time.
So, let me ask you, what are you doing now? Hopefully, you're feeling way more confident about these two tenses. Thanks so much for watching and keep on practicing.